I am replacing the evergreens with drift roses. They're like a carpet colored, again, not carpet colored. Hey gardening friends, today we're going to talk about the cardinal rule in gardening, the right plant in the right place. Because when you don't do that, you can have a big plant fail. About 4 years ago, we decided to redo this little patio area. We had taken out some crabapple trees and we hired a landscaping firm to do the hardscape here. Our landscape architect recommended that we put in some shrubs, which was a great idea. She recommended that we put in rhododendrons. Now, where we live, our soil is clay, and that's a very basic soil. Rhododendrons like an acid soil. And as I was talking with the architect, I kept saying, I don't think this is going to work. And she said, oh, just give it a try. So we planted 6 little tiny rhododendrons that had purple flowers, and they were lovely the first year. And of course, they did fail. So I thought I should add maybe some evergreens because we don't have a lot of small evergreens. So I planted some Korean firs last year, which, look at this, folks, they have also failed. Devastatingly failed. I actually replaced them and they failed. Part of that problem goes back to the clay soil. Soil that has clay as a base will absorb water and hold it. And where we live, we've got a little bit of a hill. So in the springtime, all the water comes down and sits. So I'm going to try something different. This year, I'm going to plant some drift roses. We know that roses don't mind a clay soil. This is probably the sunniest location that I can find in the backyard for roses. So let's dig. We're going to take out these evergreens and we're going to put in some roses. This guy is incredibly dead. Should not be too difficult to dig out. Yep, that's dead. 100% dead. This little friend has some growth on it, but not enough to save it for this spot. I'm replacing the evergreens with drift roses, which will provide a carpet of color as an entrance to this little patio area. Drift roses get about 1.5 feet high to about 2.5 feet wide. They should be very low maintenance. They are self-cleaning, so the buds will fall off. Probably will need a little bit of pruning in the springtime to kind of bring them back into goodness. I am planting 2 different colors. The ones in front will be a peach, and the 2 in the back will be a warmer coral. And I'm hoping that these warmer colors will play off the heuchera that's here, and also our Japanese maple, which turn amazing color red and yellow in the fall. So we're giving drift roses a try. They should have plenty of sun. They should be low maintenance, and they should be successful. loosen the soil up. I'm not going to put it in the exact same spot as the evergreen, so I'm not reusing that hole. I'm coming back a little bit farther simply because these roses will spread wider than what I anticipated the evergreen to be. I'm just kind of breaking it up. Oh, there's a worm. That's always a good sign. Moving the soil out. I want the hole to be as deep as the pot. I don't want to plant them in too deep. I don't want to plant them so deep that the union bud is covered up. So I'm going to take a gander, take a gauge, see where we're at. That is actually pretty good. I'm going to site that here. I'll put the other one across and the two behind. I think this will be good. Come on, baby. There we go. Oh, yeah, there we are. Oh. Blah. That looks pretty good. Oh, I'm gonna kind of rough it up a little bit. Move the soil back. When you first plant something new, like a perennial or a shrub, people's first instinct is to give it a really good fertilizer, which is the absolute opposite of what you want to do. When a plant is first getting established, it want to put all of its energy into creating new roots. If you give it fertilizer, that's going to create all the energy into creating new foliage and not the strengthening of the root structure. So hold off. If you're planting something new, give it a couple of weeks before you fertilize it. I'm trying to take a very good look at the placement of these. The shape of the patio is quite irregular, so it's not exactly square, but this is more of a formal entrance, so I'm doing 2 and 2. And the plants themselves will get about 2.5 feet wide. So if I move this guy over here a little bit, I'm gonna have to move some of these flowers, which that won't be a big deal. Maybe a little bit further out, 2.5 feet. In a bit. I want them to meet. And so where's the symmetry? Is it from placement here, or is it as you walk in to the space? The most important things that I do now are to water these girls in really well. I also will want to put a good mulch over them to keep the moisture in. They're probably going to be experiencing some transplant shock, particularly since, as I mentioned, it's been an unseasonably warm May. One thing I do want to perhaps try is maybe I'll replant these for someplace else. They've got some good growth. I'll snip out the bad stuff, but we'll see if I can maybe make them grow someplace else. The right plant in the right place. Have you ever had an epic fail in your garden? Planted something that just was not successful? If so, let me know. Add it in the comments and like and subscribe, and let's be curious together and grow our own gardens.